Let's jump to this story. This is a totally different story. We'll talk about something else for once. New York Post reports Florida yanks $2 billion from woke BlackRock over social engineering project. Crazy. Florida said Thursday that it has begun to divest $2 billion in funds overseen by BlackRock, a sharp rebuke of the giant asset manager's investing policies under CEO Larry Fink that right-leaning critics have blasted as woke capitalism. The divestment under Desantis, the largest of its kind by an individual state, is the latest sign of mounting unrest among Republican policymakers over so-called ESG. What do you guys think? DeSantis is running? Good news, victory in the culture.
I hope he does, because who else is there? Donald Trump and Kanye West? I mean, you guys got to prove yourself to me if either one of you guys wants to be president, because DeSantis is leading the charge.
Let me just say this. I'm Primetime 99. I'm a pimp on a blimp. I was at Mar-a-Lago. I was, lucky enough to be there because, I'm prime on the grind all the time. But yeah, the vibes were a little weird in the sense that, it was kind of like the graveyard of 2020. So it was kind of sad, and everybody was grasping for that energy of 2016, and it just wasn't necessarily there. And I remember this is what Trump would always say. He'd always say before he ran, he'd be like, I can just be at I suck at impersonations, but he'd just be like, I could just be at Mar-a-Lago, with my beautiful wife, Melania, and I don't need any of this. And he said that again. And the second time he said that in the speech, I felt it. I'm like, dude, you don't need this again. I understand that you were robbed and that's how you feel and that's why you want to, come back. But the vengeance story will be epic. And I hope that if he runs, I hope he wins personally. But I'm just saying, it's like, why do that when you just any outcome, in my personal opinion, when you're his age, I believe he's 78 years old.
Yeah. Yep.
Go on vacation, bud. Go to D.C. is a hellhole. I was just there. It's built by Freemason freaking child predators, Bill Clinton type people. Oh my gosh, I couldn't imagine the people that live in Washington, they have a freaking, humiliation fetish, I believe.
I hear they drink a lot.
You have to.
I have a friend that was there who said it's the biggest party town in the country.
You have to be on fentanyl. It's so bad now.
Party is one way to put it.
Oh, and did you see?
Yeah,
and I don't know
biggest drinking culture in the country of all the cities it had been to.
I was talking about.
But this is how bad D.C. is. I want to bring up this point. I don't know if you saw it. McPherson Square, which is 0.2 miles from the White House, tent city.
Yeah.
Yeah. Saw that video last night.
Like, what? That doesn't even make sense. What are you talking about, tent city? I'm like Jerry Seinfeld, no, tent city.
So DeSantis.
White House. Sorry.
Divesting from BlackRock. We've been complaining about BlackRock for a while. I think Ian was the first person to bring it up, that State Street, BlackRock, and who was the other one? Vanguard?
Oh, yeah.
Vanguard.
They all have pieces of other companies and each other.
It's so nuts.
It's so crazy.
It's collectively, they own like 19% of almost every publicly traded company.
It's wild, man.
And I like this divestment because I'm really concerned about Blackstone. I believe it's Blackstone buying property. It's one of BlackRock's. It's like an offshoot. I think BlackRock is an offshoot of Blackstone. It's one or the other.
Well, that's the biggest problem in society. It's like there's no middle class because nobody can afford to buy a home because all the single family homes are artificially inflated by these companies like BlackRock that have such big portfolios. If the real price of the property, you had to pay the cash price or couldn't get these easy loans. If they weren't able to artificially inflate the value of these homes, then a single family home could be affordable, but it's not because of these companies.